What's going on, everybody? This is the last collection video, Super Nintendo. So let's go in right into it. We got 7th Saga. It's going to be a long one, so I'm just going to kind of blaze right through these until I want to talk about a few. Otherwise, it would be like 3 hours long. ActRaiser, I'm going to be eventually doing that. Hopefully, I can beat it. The final one was the issue. So another game that we talked about recently is Arrow the Acrobat. I had the second one. The first one's not that great. This one's okay. We have Disney's Aladdin. We were recording it, but we stopped because I got stuck at the Magic Carpet Ride. But I'd like to play that and beat it eventually. Animaniacs. One of the funnest beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. Batman Returns. Battletoads, Battle Maniacs. We have a run of beat 'em ups. Probably my favorite beat 'em up on the actual Super Nintendo. I keep saying that. Battle Maniacs. Hard as hell, but it's from my childhood. We have, it's a weird game. Kakoma Night and Busyland. I have a lot of issues with alphabetizing these games. We'll run into that later on, trust me. I guess we can just blurry me out of the way. Bob, and property of whoever that is. Cool game. Kind of hard, to be honest, just because I need to like play it and get used to it, I guess. I hope this pack, or this stack right here, stays right here. We have Brainlord. Awesome game. Can't wait to do it. And the last one in this stack, we have Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a game. So this is going to be a really hard one for me to kind of do. In terms of like stacking off, stacking on, it's going to be weird. All right, well, that took forever, but second stack, we have Breath of Fire. If you've not watched the first one, it was a good time. Like I said, it's very, very basic game, but it started what became pretty important stream for myself. Breath of Fire 2. This is the stream that kind of set everything in motion. I think Fallout actually did it first. And then Gerzu suggested Breath of Fire, and then I was like, you know what? That sounds good, because I never beat it before. We have Bugs Bunny and Rabbit Rampage. 12 megabyte cartridge, apparently. We got Buster Bugs Loose. Bust Loose. It plays a lot like Bonkers, apparently. Super Castlevania 4. This is where the start happens. It says Castlevania 4 on the top of it, right? So where do I put it? Super or Castlevania? I don't know. So I put it with Castlevania. Don't come after me. Or I'll come after you first. Not really. That's impossible. But Chrono Trigger. This is the actual copy of it. And I don't know why I've not taken that sticker off. That's disgusting. I'll do that afterwards. The copy that I got was actually in really bad condition. I could tell there was some light damage on it, unfortunately. But I was like, you know what? I have to have it. We gotta have it, man. Gotta have it. We have Chuck Rock, very basic game by, it looks like Sony. Wow. We have Clay Fighter Tournament Edition. I've never actively played this game, I think, but I was like, why not? Why not get it? Let's switch hands. Now we have Congo's Caper. This is a game that is from me and Aaron's childhood, the game that we want to beat eventually. We got further than we've ever been, at least from my recollection, in the one video when I visited before I moved here. Then we have Contra 3, the Alien Wars. It just says Contra 3 on top. And apparently someone named, I don't know what that word is. Hard game, but I'm actually interested in doing that eventually. Cybernator, which I don't remember what game I'm thinking of, but one of these games are really awesome. And I wanted to say Cybernator might be it. The way I stacked these games are crazy. There's a total of eight more stacks after this one right here. We have Daffy Duck, the Marvin missions. It's a kind of a difficult game. A lot of these Super Nintendo games that I would like to do don't have save datas. They don't have password systems. I'm not sure about that game, but I would try and beat those games, but I'm not really gonna put much effort into it in a sense. Just play it once. Darius Twin. This is gonna be a 2-player eventual stream to see how far we can get in it. I don't remember how far I got into it before. Donkey Kong Country, of course, staple. Some people prefer that over Super Mario World. Donkey Kong Country 2. Some people say this is the best of the Donkey Kong Country games. I've not actively beat it or got much into it in this one as well. Donkey Kong Country. This one apparently is one of the harder ones. A lot of hard levels in it. We have what we've already talked about before in streams. Draken. Game is unfortunate. We have Earth Defense Force, and has a little bit of a issue on the cover. I got like a few shoot 'em ups for the Super Nintendo, like a little collection. What do they call it when they sell it in a bulk kind of? But this was a part of it. Cool game. Shoot 'em ups are hard. They are hard as hell. We have Earthworm Jim 1. I don't know what I just said right there, but awesome game, hard. I think the toughest part of the game that I've seen is the fact I don't know where to run. I don't know what is just scenery and what's back, like what I can actually step on. Earthworm Jim 2. I've heard this one's harder than the first one, but I don't know for sure because I've not really actively played it. Then we have Eye of the Beholder, made by Capcom. I forgot about that. I have talked about this game quite a few times. I recorded myself play it long ago. Awesome game. Highly recommended. But if you, it's on the PC as well. But if you play it on the Super Nintendo, I recommend getting the mouse. If you do play it. Equinox. This is also by Sony. This game is awesome. There was Solstice, I think, for the NES, and they're kind of played similarly. That game it's fun, and I'd like to play it eventually. But I remember having struggles with the eventual later stages because of the jumping, and it kind of it's crazy. It's how you walk in the game is weird. No saxophone yet, so that's good news. All right, dipping, diving, dodgeball. Final Fantasy 2 or 4 for Japan. I do not have 3, unfortunately. I do have Final Fight. This is the only Final Fight the game that I do have, and there's one to say 3 or 4, or two or 3 more that I don't have. I can't remember how many there actually were. We have Firepower 2000, cool game, Sunsoft. A game I'd like to do eventually is Flashback. The Quest for Identity. Cool game, but it's one of those. It's a lot like Prince of Persia. That's how it operates. It's kind of weird. F-Zero. A game I'd like to, I don't know, do a recording of or stream a little bit. Games like that, I don't really plan on playing a lot. But I would like to play them eventually, just to have everything done. Then we have Ghoul Patrol. Focuses. There we go. Well, no, not really. Can you focus, please? Okay, well, whatever. I actually just got this recently. When me and Eric were streaming Secret of Mana, I picked it up. Cool game. It's a little weird. It's like you're on roller skates sometimes when it's a very slippery controlled game. We have gods. It's a weird game. I don't remember why I picked it up, but I was like, it's a Mindscape game. Mindscape has a few decent games on the Super Nintendo. That one, I mean, take your pick if you like it or not. We have Goof Troop, but it's called Disney's Goof Troop, and then there was Disney's Aladdin. So, where do you actually put that in the alphabet? I don't know. I just work here. We have Gradius 3, Gradius, Konami. Awesome game, hard as hell. We have The Great Circus Mystery, starring Mickey and Minnie. This is the second game of the trio that is the Mickey Mouse adventure games. This one is, I believe, co-op. and it plays a lot like the first one. The first one had I actually recorded and beat it a couple of years back. But you play as you have like a turban. You can like shoot like magic. You have like a firefighter outfit where you can do a little bit of fire. Awesome game. We have Hyperzone. I don't remember why I picked this up. HAL America Inc. It looked cool, and it kind of is cool. Maybe I'll play it eventually. Then we have Indiana Jones Greatest Adventures. Not sure if this game's any good or not. It's a JVC game, and they, I believe, made the Star Wars games, which are notorious for being difficult. Then we have Inspector Gadget, which is apparently just okay, I've heard. But I got it regardless. All right, so then we have the precursor to Congo's Caper, Joe and Mac. This game is very tied to it. Data East, I believe this game came out first before Congo's Caper. And I'm glad they did Congo's Caper because it's just, it's good. Jungle Book, which is another game that I would like to do eventually. I only managed to get to level, if it's considered 2, I'm actually not sure what level it is. Kirby's Adventure. I'm pretty sure Aaron actually recorded some of this. We have Kirby Superstar. I don't know why I say that like that, but I did. 8 games in 1. I'd like to play this one eventually. The only issue is I believe my battery save in this game is Kaplooey. So this will be one of the games that we eventually repair. And then I need to buy some things for. We have Knights of the Round. This game, if you can't tell by the cover, this game is a repro cart. Back when you can definitely tell this is a repro cart. The cover of it is pretty apparent. There will be eventually quite a few games that I will be getting that are just repros, just so I can actually play them, not have to pay, $300 or whatever for. Like Pocky and Rocky are probably going to be one of those types of games that I do that. We have Lagoon, and apparently someone decided to write all over it. Unfortunate. This is another game. It's really heavy. Why is it so heavy? It's another Kimco Seika? I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's not a horrible game. It's just not great. It's not, it's I like to play it eventually just to have it done, but it's not wonderful. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. We were recording it long ago, or streaming it, I should say. That was back when my computer couldn't handle it, and my audio desynced quite often, and then the battery corrupted on it. So that's another game that's going to be battery replaced, and then eventually I like to stream it. We have Lemmings. Cool puzzle game. A game that's notorious, Lion King. This is a game that I plan on doing a playthrough of, if in any means necessary, in terms of if I had to put like the level passwords in just to at least show the level off and see if I could beat it. I'll do that. We have Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I got this game. It's actually really horrible. It's bad, apparently. Really bad. We have Lost Vikings. There's also a second game that I need to get as well. This game is actually really good. It's both by Interplay, which is kind of funny. But this game is awesome. Puzzle related. I never beat it. I got near the end, and I don't remember why I stopped. I think it just got too crazy. But I'd like to play that one eventually because it's really fun. Then we have Lufia 2. Some scumbag put these aluminum stickers on it, and you can't get those things off without ripping off the entirety of it. But this is this is Lufia 2: Rise of the Sinistrals. Eventually, I'd like to play that. By Natsumi, which I forgot. All right, so let's see how this goes. Okay, that took forever, but we're back at it. We got Madden 95. I believe this is I don't know if I looked it up in like the best rated. Well, obviously you got Tech Mobile, which I don't have, but I for some reason got that one. Here it is. Here is the Magical Quest. That's what it's called. Not Magical Adventure or whatever I said earlier. Made by Capcom. Awesome game. Like I said, I beat it. It was a long recording, but I beat it. It took me about an hour to actively get through everything. Magic Sword. This is another game I'd like to play eventually. Cool game. Then we have a game. Maybe I'll do like a little stream of it. Mario Paint. I do have the Mario, or not the Mario, the Super Nintendo mouse. So maybe I'll hop on that sometime. We got Maui Mallard and Cold Shadow. This game is awesome. Apparently the Genesis game is better only because the camera isn't as jumpy. The camera in this game, this is actually made in '96, which is crazy. But it looks really, really pretty. The only issue is when you jump, the camera is everywhere. So it's kind of hard to play at times. But I'd like to play that one eventually. And we have Maximum Carnage, which is another one. It has Spider-Man, Venom, Maximum Carnage. Where do I put it? M's, S's, V for Venom? I have no idea. This is a notorious game because it's an LJN game that was actually good. They don't have very many, but when they, maybe just one. I don't know how many games they actually have that are good. This is Mech Warrior, made by Activision. I don't remember if this is any good or not, but I got it. I must have confused this with Cybernator maybe. And we have what is this? Mech Warrior 3050. Not sure if this is any good or not. Then we have Mega Man X, which I've never beaten. And then I have Mega Man X 3. I need to get 2 still, which 2 is actually not that bad price-wise when it comes down to it. If a Super Nintendo game is $100, I'll get it. Like that's like nothing to me. But if it's over $200, I need to have like not only is it A for just recording, but like I'd have to actually like the game. Then we have Mickey Mania, which is a basic platformer game. The only issue with the game is, yeah, it was very basic. It was like it's just platformer. Not as cool as the other one. That one's kind of its own thing. I got this on accident, thinking it was something like a Tetris-based game. It's not. It's like a kids game. It's called Mickey's Ultimate Challenge, and yeah, it's made for kids. It's like ABC, which sometimes I do need my my alphabet, kind of shown for me. Sometimes sometimes I do struggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sometimes it gets a little blurry after that one. NFL. This game is notorious for being bad, but I love this game because it was my childhood. The music in this game is awesome. It's made by Konami too, which is random. But this is my childhood right here. I had it growing up. It just plays really strange. Like you never know who you're throwing the ball to, so you're just like hoping for a touchdown. I remember kicking my dad's ass a long time ago when I was a kid. And I have no idea what I was doing, but I was kicking ass. I was playing that game all the time, though, at the time. Then we have Ninja Warriors, made by Taito. This is the actual cartridge of it, as far as I know. This game is awesome. You get to play as 3 different characters. I'll play it eventually. I think this is only a 1-player game, if I'm correct. If not, you can sue me. Or, well, no, but please don't kill me. Hypothetically. That was hard. All right, so after this stack, there are 4 more, luckily, because damn. I'll tell you what, PS2 was easy to do collection-wise. Everything else was pretty easy. N64 was definitely a struggle. And this is probably worse because of the dust covers. We have Out of This World, plays a lot like Flashback. Both of them are really cool games. I'm wanting to say this game is not as great, but I don't know. I've not actively played it for a long time. Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. I had this for the Genesis, and I remember I only got to level 2 or 3 because of my cousin. The game's weird. I would like to play it eventually, but I would need to have like a guide or something. We have the Page Master. Apparently, it's a notoriously bad game, from what I hear. At least I think. Then we have Phalanx. I'm actually really excited about playing this one eventually, but I suck at it. Like, I want to be good at the shoot 'em ups just so I can do them, but holy hell, they're obviously you need to play them a lot, and I just don't have time to play games a lot. So I would do like a 5-hour stream of just me replaying the game, if it's even like the first level. Just try to get as far as I can. Then we have, rather unfortunate cartridge. We have Phantom 2040. This game plays a lot like, this is like a cheaply Super Metroid. Like, it's very Super Metroid-like. Really cool game. I remember playing a little bit of it. And it's different because there's like so many endings in this game. And we have Pieces. This is a single-player or a 2-player game. Cool game. You get to go head-to-head against somebody. Me and Aaron actually recorded it long ago. Fun game. Very basic, but still very fun. We have Plock. I'd like to do it eventually. The game is very ugly, but, and I mean that in like, the most sincere way, but it's not very pretty. It's very, kind of like Soul Blazer had a lot of like disgusting greens, like A Link to the Past did it perfectly. The greens in that game were phenomenal. And Soul Blazer, they were just like lime green, disgusting almost. Porky Pigs, Haunted Mansion, or Haunted Holiday. Cool game. It's very pretty. Like, the pixels in the game are actually really, really nice. And then we have Populous, which I've only played a little bit of. Kind of interesting game. I wasn't good at it because I didn't have the tutorial or anything done yet, so I was just like wandering around. A game that we have talked about a lot. RoboTrek, made by Enix, or whoever actually did it, published it, blah blah blah. Awesome game. I like to do it eventually. Probably after. It'll be among my next JRPGs that I do. 4, Breath of Fire 4, or that one is going to be the next one, JRPG wise. Rocky Rodent. This is a game that I would like to eventually play with Eric, and just sit back, relax, and watch him play it, and hopefully beat it. I love the aspect of playing games from my childhood and then beating them, because not only is it a sense of just like accomplishment after all these years I beat this this game, but also just a nostalgia factor as well. Then we have Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Wall of Fire, or 4 Wall of Fire. It's a Koei game. If you don't know much about Koei games, and like there's a lot of sticker residue on it, they're really long and they're kind of crazy. I don't know why I got it, to be honest, but I did. Maybe one day I'll play it. I'm not sure. Then we have Rival Turf. The game cover looks stupid, just a bunch of kids from the 90s going, ha! But it's actually a 2-player beat-em-up game, and it's really good. It's a really good game. And now we've reached the longest of my alphabet. This is S's. The S's will be, the next 3 stacks. That's how many I have. It's gonna be a long time. We have Secret of Evermore. Beat that motherfucker, and I am so excited to say that we have beaten Secret of Mana. I'm ready to see that sticker, Eric. I'm ready, man. Awesome series, both of them. If you're watching this and you've never really watched my streams, or only watched just 1 or 2 or whatever, play it. Play both of those games. Shadowrun. This game I will do eventually once I replace the battery. This game is awesome. And this version of it, not the Returns version, like the new version of it, reminds me of Fallout. Like how the character looks, and everything kind of reminds me of Fallout. We have a staple, SimCity. I like to play this one eventually. See how far I can get in it. A game that I don't know much about called Skulljagger, Revolt of the Westigans. Kind of a weird game, but I got it. I don't remember it being horrible. It was just not. I have a lot of like very average games. Nothing great, nothing crazy, just average. As far as I've seen reviews, anyways. Then we have, oh yeah, that's right, Soldiers of Fortune. This is a lot like a game that I'll show eventually, and it looks like there's a bunch of like, what are they called? What are they? Cenobites or something, whatever they're called from Hellraiser. Like the few of those characters look like Cenobites, whatever they're called. Next up, we have Soul Blazer. We just beat it. Awesome game. Like I said in the streams, very basic game, but very fun. Very mindless game. Oh, that's right. One game that I forgot to even mention that I do have is Illusion of Gaia. It's on my Super Nintendo, and I don't want to take it out because I don't know if I'm ever gonna lose the battery. You know, I don't want to like jiggle it and then lose my save data. I'm just paranoid. It shouldn't happen if the battery's perfect, but you know, you never know. Space Invaders, very basic game. Pretty much don't need any. Damn, it's already 20 minutes in. Sparkster. This is a game I was talking about. If you might know what I was referring to. One stream we were talking about the Rocket Knight Adventures. This is the Super Nintendo game that they made. Sparkster, made by Konami. I say that 20 minutes, but I mean like my N64. I must have been talking a lot in that because that was what, an hour almost. I mean, I do have 3 more stacks, but still, I've kind of blasted right through these. We have Spawn. I don't remember if this game's any good, but I'm wanting to say it's not, or it's just it's very meh, from what I remember. We have Speedy Gonzales, Los Gatos Benditos. I hope I said that right. Did I do People Brown? I don't know. Very basic. It's like Sonic from what I've seen. It's like a very fast-paced game that's kind of just a platformer. Very average. But I mean, honestly, just to play more games and like just if you like the character Speedy Gonzales, it's a cool game to play. But otherwise, you know, Star Fox, staple of any game, any collector for the Super Nintendo, gotta have that. Phenomenal game. Even though I've never beaten the Super Nintendo version or gotten very far, to be honest. Street Fighter 2. This is actually my copy from when I was a kid. I don't know what happened with this, but I've had this game for so long that it's just, you know, a staple. I've actually beaten. I don't even remember what character I was playing as, but I beat M. Bison when I was a kid. I think. Wait, did I? I may have gotten my ass kicked actually. I don't know. I don't remember. But nowadays I should be able to do it. I mean, it should be, you know. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. This is the one that I would play if I was to play one. Well, I do have it. I'll show it eventually. I do have another version of it. But there's like 7 different versions of this game on the Super Nintendo. It's crazy. Then we have Sunset Riders. This is by far my favorite. I wouldn't. Is it a shoot 'em up? What would this even be considered? Well, kind of like Contra almost. I like this game because not only is it just straight up nostalgia. This is my copy from when I was a kid. Beating it with Aaron when we did, even though we beat it on I think easy, we still beat it. I guess it's you don't get the full ending until you beat it on hard. But you know what? We beat this. It was just awesome. Like, you know, I've talked about it probably in the stream, but just like how many memories I have of this game over majority of my collection is crazy. Awesome times back then. I remember eating Pop-Tarts. I don't know why Pop-Tarts was like, you know, the cherry Pop-Tarts was the, you know, I remember that. Kind of crazy. We have Super Battleship. This game is weird. I remember beating the first level, but I never got the second level unlocked. I'd like to play this one eventually just because it's a game I've had since I was a kid. This is my copy of it. The classic naval combat game. I don't know why it's so weird to play, but I would like to beat it. I mean. But I didn't know what I was doing as a kid, so I kind of just button mashed and all my ships exploded. So maybe is that the reason why? I don't know. All right, so we have 3 more stacks, and hopefully I don't knock anything over. All right, awesome. Nothing knocked over. Super Bomberman 2. I don't remember why I had this game, but I do. It was just randomly at a store. And then we have Super Bowling. It was only $5, and I liked the game. Seeing in it, like a review of it, was cool to see. We have Super Double Dragon, Trade West. I'm gonna be playing that one eventually. Yikes! I'm not sure what this is, but oh, okay. So it's just it's Super Empire Strikes Back, the first of my 3 Star Wars games I do have, and they're hard as hell. Trust me. Oh shit, that almost fell too. They're hard. I don't know why, but they're hard. The Super Game Boy. This is a staple. I've recorded with this many times in the past. And now that I have the GameCube's attachment, I might not need to use it anymore. But if it has like a cool preset, like Kirby's Dream Land 1 had a really cool preset, I'll play on this. But if not, then I'll play on the Game Boy. That way I can get all the colorations kind of on the screen. Because obviously, you know, the Super Nintendo was not able to capture every color that some of these Game Boy games had. Like if I played Silver or Gold on the Super Nintendo, it would work. However, it just wouldn't have all the colorations on it. Which, you know, come on. We need those colorations. And the music. The music's awesome. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Hard game. I've recorded it, streamed it multiple times, and yeah. Hard as hell. It's very fun though, and that's what's the beauty of it. It might be hard, but you play the shit out of it all the time. Super Mario All-Stars. This is how we played and beat Lost Levels and the first Mario Bros. Game. We played those and beat those a while back. Fun times. Those were hard, but I just remember like Aaron beat almost every level. I wanted to say, but I like showed him the way to do it. It was weird. What the hell? I don't know what that was doing in there. I'm not drunk, I swear. Super Mario Kart. Oh, that reminds me. I don't have all my boxes. Maybe I'll like cut for a second near the end, and then I'll go get them. Super Mario Kart. We have a recording, and I sucked on it. It's kind of funny. Super Mario RPG. Legends of the Seven Stars. I'd like to play this one eventually. I streamed the remake for the Switch. But we need to have the OG as well. The music, the look of the game is awesome. Super Mario World. Me and Aaron did not finish it yet, and my copy. This is my copy from a kid, and damn, it looks rough. It has seen better days. Unfortunately. We have Super Metroid. This game I can't wait to do. As Kin's Place is, oh shit, that was as Kin's Place said, I will be like the guide will be you guys eventually. Whoever's present in the stream essentially. But that's gonna be an awesome stream. I'm actually really looking forward to that one. Super Punch Out. I talked about this a little bit. I'd like to try and get good at it. That way I can try and beat it. One of these days I will. Then we have Super Star Wars Return of the... Or is it Super... Is it... I don't know. Yeah, it's just Super Return of the Jedi. This is number 2 out of the 3 that I have. Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good. All right. We have Super R-Type. Another shoot 'em up game. This one actually, I don't know if it's a repro or not, but came out in '91. Awesome game. I think there's actually a few versions of that. We have Super Smash TV. We were actually talking about Smash TV in yesterday's stream. Cool game. Me and Aaron recorded it, I believe, one time. And we didn't get very far, I think. Yeah, the last one of the series, Super Star Wars. Just the first movie. I like to play them eventually, even though I'm probably getting my ass kicked. Here we go. The Super Street Fighter 2. I don't remember what characters are in this one. I don't even remember if I've played it yet, to be honest. There's quite a few games that I've picked up and then never beat for whatever reason. I'll tell you what, I don't know why the N64 video took me so long to do. Was I talking constantly? I must have been talking about every game I played or had in my hand. Super Turrican. I believe the second one is the more expensive one. Fun game. I like to play it eventually. And then we have Super Tetris Attack. I mean, now we're finally out of the S's. This game's, you know, a very not really needing to talk about it. I believe this is the one that has like Yoshi kind of as like the mascot. Cool game. Then we have Tetris and Dr. Mario. For some reason, I got the Player's Choice version of it. I recorded the N64 Dr. Mario game with Aaron. And I'd like to maybe unlock characters in that game. I like to like play games that are like that. If they have characters unlockable, or you know, like Mario Golf has unlockable characters, but the game's hard as hell. It sucks. Thunder Spirits. This game is actually really, really cool. I got kind of far in it, but not. I've not played it in forever. Maybe one day I'll play it. From what I've been told, the Genesis has the better shoot 'em ups on that console, because apparently it can handle it. Super Nintendo kind of lags a little bit, but you know. And we have Time Slip. I don't remember if this game's any good or not, but all I think about is Time Cop for some reason. So take that with the, you know, however you will. 10 Star. This is, I'm wanting to say, there's a Super Nintendo game that, what is it called? Wild Guns, maybe? Is that for the Super Nintendo? It plays a lot like Wild Guns, but it's a very basic game. Kind of cool. For whatever reason, half of this game must have got soaked in water or something. I'm not sure what happened to it, but yeah, I need to clean out a lot of my games, I think. A lot of sticker residue in my games, unfortunately. Here we have Total Carnage. This is a game that doesn't need a... I don't have Doom for this Super Nintendo, I just realized. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. Awesome game. A lot of the characters that are in it, I have no idea who they are. But awesome game. I had the Genesis version. I remember playing a lot of that game. Here we have Toddlers. This game's really cool as well. This is like the a more advanced version of Lemmings. This game is also usable with the NES or Super Nintendo mouse, and it's a very difficult game, I would say. Like, unless you have like the manual for it, you probably won't get very far, to be honest. One more stack. And some of the games fell. Unfortunate. All right, the last stack. Here we go. We have Turtles in Time. Obviously, this game doesn't need a introduction. We have Twisted Tales of Spike McFang. Let's see if I can get this thing. There we go, boom. I noticed if I go to the side, it'll like focus on this thing first before me. Awesome game. I got stuck in it eventually, but it's a very unique game. You throw tomatoes and stuff. You have like cards that you can use. I believe one's like for health. One you can get like tomatoes that are like limited time type of like projectile. When I say that's so weird, projectile. I don't know, whatever. UN Squadron. This game is awesome. This game is hard, but I probably just suck. Another shoot 'em up that actually has a story and like some cutscenes, and just like it has levels that you can choose. It's really, really cool. Vegas Stakes. This game is from my childhood. I will stand by it being the only like casino style game that I'll ever play. Well, I can't lie. I did play Blotcher, and that was really fun too. But this game's awesome. I will not get any other one that's for the Super Nintendo. There's a few like Gold Rush or whatever kind of games, but that game is very iconic for me. The music in it, just the overall vibe, just it's good. We have Wario's Woods, which is a game I really don't think I played a lot of. Probably the only Super Nintendo game that we got with Wario in it. And then there was Mario and Wario that only came out in Japan, but I would like to get it eventually because it is very, like, you don't even need to understand Japanese to play it apparently. And so it's like a question of why didn't we get it is beyond me. We have Wizardry 4, I think. 5. This might be 5 actually. The Heart of the Maelstrom. It plays a lot like, and this is also made by Capcom. This plays a lot like the Beholder, but I think this is a little more, it's lesser, I think, or I just didn't understand it, maybe. Then we have Wolfenstein 3D. And then we have Excalibur 2097. This game is awesome, but it's hard. Like the first boss is notorious for being difficult. And apparently, I believe Game Grumps actually got stuck on it. Like, they couldn't beat the first boss. Me and the boys, long ago, we were playing it, and we got to level 3, I think, and then we just couldn't. Like, there was this guy, he looked like the Terminator with frickin' chainsaws. It was crazy. We couldn't beat him. Well, I mean, I didn't do much, to be honest. We have Yoshi's Cookies and a lot of stickers, which unfortunately I just kind of left on there. A lot of my games are not cleaner than I would like. But, you know, when I have the time, I will probably clean all of them. Yoshi's Island. I was streaming this for a while. Someone told me I suck at it. You know, that's fair, I guess. But, you know, all love up in here. The battery saved corrupted. So that's probably a game that I'm going to have to replace whenever me and Eric do some replacing. So we have Yoshi Safari, which is with the Super Scope. And I do have a game that came with the Super Scope. Whenever I go get my box games, I'll show it. Well, I won't take it out of the actual Super Scope box, but I'll show what I have in terms of that. And then we have the last one, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And that's where Ghoul Patrol kind of was like the sequel to it almost. Not really a sequel, but like a successor to it in a sense. Kind of like a spiritual successor almost. From what I remember, they were made by 2 different companies. But let me go grab my boxed games for the Super Nintendo, and I shall return. All right, so that took me a little bit of time, but we are back. So I guess I'll do this alphabetically. So I did find on the internet that they do have stuff like this, where it's kind of like a Genesis game case, but I think that's the only one that I ended up getting. So I do have a few manuals. A manual for the Super Nintendo mouse, for whatever reason. We got Mario Paint. R-Type. Well, Super R-Type. And then a really cool one, Super Mario RPG. And the cool thing about the manual for the RPG is that Luigi is actually like your guide. Kind of cool. All right, so as we begin, we have Aladdin, My Pride and Joy, Battletoads and Battlemaniacs, or one of them anyways. Donkey Kong Country. This is hard to do with one hand, I must admit. I put them in shoe boxes, by the way. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong Quest. Then we have the third Donkey Kong Country game, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. I wonder who named these games. And we have Equinox. We have, ooh, that's a backwards. The Jungle Book. I actually don't remember getting that one, to be honest. But it's really cool because it feels like it's complete. Porky Pig's Holiday. Did I say Haunted Mansion earlier? I don't know. This one's awesome. Secret of Evermore. This one came. I had the game before, but I was randomly on the Facebook Marketplace looking at Super Nintendo games for whatever reason I was doing, and someone was selling it for like $60. Like the game box and everything. So I was like, you know what? We're doing that. Thank you. We got Star Fox, and I believe I have my copy in that box right there. Like the uglier copy that I or whatever I did. And this one, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I remember showing this off in my first collection video, and like the person that had it before me didn't take care of it. It was disgusting. Did I show Star Fox? I don't even remember. Well, here's Star Fox one more time. All right, so that was that box. And then I don't remember what's in here. Oh, well, I do now. I think this is the reason why I got the Player's Choice version of it, because it's the actual box. And then another one of mine, and I'll show the price of what I paid for it too, way back when I first got it. $70 for Super Metroid, and this box is pristine, having it in plastic. I don't have a lot of games in plastic, but that one's definitely required. Meant. Can drop. Not drop. Can't close it. And then I bought this at a flea market for I think $15, or it was either 15 or $50. I don't remember. But I have the full on. Oh, there you go. The Super Scope. Awesome thing. This is like before I even realized that the bazooka from Smash Bros was an actual thing. And like I always wondered, you know, what characters from Melee and all that sort, you know, what games they came from, and buying that was really cool. But yeah, this is everything that I have so far. Hopefully I can add to it. I don't have too many games for the Super Nintendo that I would like to get. But I know there's gonna be a lot of ones that are gonna be like expensive. Like I like to get Evo eventually. Evo would be really cool. Earthbound's almost unreasonably priced, so I'll probably just do that on the Wii U whenever I do that one eventually. Pocky and Rocky are crazy priced. One of the only games that I can think of that I really want to get is probably Skyblazer, because that game is awesome looking. But yeah, this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is all of my collection, at least majority of it. It is now a 50-minute video. But I will see you guys in my streams if you're interested in watching my streams and all that sort. Eventually, I will be touching all the games I do have in these videos. That's my goal. I hope to see you guys then.